So start off, Paul Blackburn is going to begin the season on the 15-day IL with right knee inflammation. Paul got through his most recent outing in good shape, no problems. Reported the next day with a little bit of knee soreness. It persisted the following day. We don't think this is serious. He got an injection to calm it down, but we do think this is inflammation. He'll have 7 to 10 days, no throw, and then we'll get back going pretty quickly. We'd expect him to have him back at some point in the month of April. Other roster decisions and move on the position side. Both Max Kranick and Wasker Brazoban have made the team. We informed those guys today. Hayden Senger will be on our team. We have also informed Hayden. Great story there. Very happy for Hayden. And the rest of the position player grouping, we're gonna go down to the wire here, and we'll not have an announcement until we release our opening day roster at noon tomorrow. And happy to answer any questions on any of that or anything else you guys got.
What are you still kind of factoring into that last position player decisions?
It's really just ensuring we stay open to what might be out there. This is a highly active time of year as players are on waivers, players have assignment clause, players have upward mobility clauses, players take their outs and become free agents, players become available at the last minute before rosters are submitted. And the last thing we want to do is tell a player that they are on the opening day roster and then have to walk that back before rosters are due. So we're just going to make sure that we explore all possibilities before we announce anything final. Last thing I'll mention on the position player front, on the pitcher front, AJ Minter will be active and is good to go.
Those position players that you have not informed, does that include Beatty?
Beatty will be on the team. Yeah, Beatty.
So really just Acuña.
It's the last spot. Beatty has been informed he'll be on the team.
When it comes to finding somebody or potentially keeping that last position player spot open, is shortstop a priority for that?
I think probably infielder. As we showed last year, Francisco's going to play every day. In the event of an injury mid-game, we'll figure out a way to cover it for a couple of innings, and then we can always make a move. So I don't think a traditional backup shortstop is absolutely essential. I think the roster functions better if we can do that, but it's not a must-have. And there could be portions of this year where we go through some short stretch without a true backup shortstop.
With that final infield spot, I mean, we're 25-ish hours from opening day. When does it become to the point where it's just not worth it to bring someone new in?
I think if you feel like you can either get better or improve depth, it's always worth it. It's really no different than bringing in someone mid-season, and we do that all the time for waiver claims or acquisitions from other teams. So I think we're used to bringing people into the fold, making them part of our group, making them part of our culture, and if we find the right person to do it, we'll do it on this point as well.
With spring training becoming more of a survival thing for many teams around the league, how do you rate how you guys kind of came out of it? I mean, obviously you took some hits to starters, pitching side. Is it kind of a grit your teeth and hope you can make it through with enough of your guys intact?
Yeah, I think that's right. I've gone through spring trainings in my career where you don't really get dinged at all, and I've gone through spring trainings in my career where you take it on the chin a little bit. We're fortunate that we believe these dings to our starting rotation are pretty temporary and really not overly concerned about any of them. Paul has already responded to the injection very well. Sean is throwing and is in good shape and really going through his rehab process at a really good clip, and we're excited about that. Frankie Montas had a repeat MRI a couple of days ago that showed really good healing on the lat. So at this point, we're pretty optimistic on all these guys. Now, of course, until they're back throwing well in Major League competition, we won't know for sure, but we seem to be trending in the right direction, and we're looking forward to getting them back. And in the meantime, we have guys who we think can step up and do the job.
What does Montas' really good healing mean for him and resuming throwing now or at some point?
So I think we're probably, in terms of like actual throwing progression, still a week or two away. But clearly, good healing is better than not healing, and so we'll certainly take that update.
You mentioned Sanger being a really good story. What is, just from your seat, the pleasure of being able to reward someone like that?
He earned it. And, I mean, he's worked incredibly hard his entire career, and he's earned this opportunity. So, yeah, it is a good story. He's not getting the job because it's a good story. He's getting the job because we think he can help us win games. He's an elite defensive catcher. Our pitchers love throwing to him. That really matters for us, and we're excited to have him on the team, and looking forward to watching him play.
With Beatty, do you expect him to be the everyday or most day guys at second?
I'll let Mendy talk about playing time. I think Brett's going to get a lot of playing time. He wouldn't be here if not, and he has also earned that ability, and he had a great spring. I think he's played pretty well over at second base, and so Mendy's going to put all these guys in the best position to succeed, and I think we'll see Brett plenty out there.
Is any of the issue with Acuña wanting him to play every day, or is that not part of the equation?
I think that's always part of the equation with younger players. Is we want to make sure we're providing not only the best group we possibly can at the big league level, but also the right developmental opportunities. We know Acuña can help us here, and he's going to help us here, and it may very well be tomorrow afternoon. We just have to work through this and make sure that we're exploring all options before we set anything in stone.
Why not wait on the pitchers too? You're waiting on the position player in case something comes up that might help you.
Fair question.
Fair question. You're pretty convinced on the pitchers.
We do. That is a fair question, and we do feel like we have a very good understanding of what available pitchers are out there right now and will be out there over the next 24 hours. And we feel really good about our group there. On the position player side, it seems a little bit more fluid right now, and so we're just going to take the time to go through it.
How would you assess the spring training that Acuña had?
I think he had a nice spring training. Look, Luisangel is a very, very gifted defender. I'm glad he got some additional exposure to third base. I think that was important for him, and I think towards the end of camp he started playing a really strong third base, and that was great to see. Offensively, I think we saw some really good signs. We saw some ability to go the other way. We know he's got some pop in the bat when he gets to his pull side, and then we also saw where there still needs to be some growth, and he's very aware of that as well.
Dave, how different does this eve of opening day feel as compared to last year, coming into your first one? I mean, this year with what you guys are coming off of last October, what you did during the off season, do you feel different as far as expectations wise?
I think for me personally, there's just more familiarity with the group and with the organization, and that's been true throughout spring training and heading into the opener. From an expectation standpoint, I know that's a big discussion, and it will continue to be. We had pretty high internal expectations last year, and so I don't know that from an expectation standpoint, it necessarily feels all that different. We know there's more attention, so maybe from like an attention standpoint, it's a little bit different, but we expected a lot of ourselves last year, and we expect a lot of ourselves this year.
David, how's Jeff feeling?
Jeff seems to be progressing positively. I think he was asymptomatic yesterday, which is a great sign with an oblique, and so we'll now start working through some dynamic motion stuff and getting him back towards baseball activities.
What do you see from this Astros team that lost some big pieces, added some other guys? What do you see from this team?
This is a good team. This has been one of the better teams in our game now, going on a decade. They've earned that, and I expect them to be a really strong team this year. They've lost some pieces that have been here for a while, but they've probably also replenished that a little bit as well. So this will be a good test for us this first week.